Hi friends, welcome back to Reimagining Our Faith. We're continuing to focus on that second traditional Advent theme, peace. And our verse for today is the same as the verse in our last devotion. It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4. And it reads, God will judge between the nations and will settle disputes for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Now we should say Isaiah isn't naive. He's not a Pollyanna prophet. The vision of weapons of war being turned into agricultural tools, images of death dealing turned into food producing, that's a promise for the days to come. Yes, this picture may not be our experience of life today, but it shows us God's plan for the future. And here is our truth for this Advent season. Biblical visions in both Testaments, the New and the Old Testament, they come to us from the future. But their purpose is to shape today, to shape the days in which we are living right now. In other words, yes, this is a vision Isaiah gives us of the future. But this vision of the future is given to change the way we live today. We may not experience this full, complete picture of peace, but this picture of peace can change the way we live our lives. We don't need to be worried. We don't need to be afraid. Why? Because God is working toward peace, and we know that's what the future is. In Luke chapter 21, Jesus gives us some assurances of peace as well. He says, quote, "Not a hair of your head will perish. By standing firm, you will gain life." In other words, Jesus is saying, your peace comes from knowing what will happen in the end. For we as Christians believe that we have already seen the end. We know how this story concludes. We know how creation comes to a conclusion. We have seen the end in the death and resurrection of Jesus. We have seen a glimpse of the last chapter, and we know that God's kingdom is not dependent upon the things of this world. So today, as we continue to wait during Advent, allow God's peace to fill your heart. Allow God's peace to consume your day. For we know what God is working toward. We know who holds the future. So today, God can help us reimagine our faith.